For an inspiring example of how to overcome adversity in life, look no further than Pinar Karsiyaka Izmir forward Josh Carter. When he was 13, Carter's mother was sent to prison following a domestic incident involving a boyfriend. Her 3 teenage boys quickly decided that they would stay at home together and look after themselves.
Me and my brothers ended up living alone for about 1.5 years, just taking care of each other, trying to keep the same routine, going to school, doing our homework, just doing what we knew we needed to do. We knew we had goals and dreams that we wanted to accomplish, so just because your mother makes a mistake, goes away for a little while, it doesn't change where you want to end up in life. So luckily we were grounded enough to know that you need to keep the same routine, still strive to do what you always wanted to do.
One of the toughest burdens the brothers faced was the emotional trauma of visiting their mother behind bars.
When I was young, I was a mama's boy. Going to see her at the prison, that was always hard. You could see she was struggling. She would lose weight like crazy. Like we went to visit, lost 30 pounds at one point, just looked like a bag of bones. So it was difficult to see her that way.
During those difficult times, the 3 brothers found comfort and inspiration in one passion that they all shared: basketball.
We were all just obsessed with basketball, and it was also a way to not think about what was going on. We all just lived on the basketball court, 6-hour days, just playing against each other. And that's half the reason we wanted to stay where we were whenever my mom left, just because my oldest brothers were going through the recruiting process. We didn't want to go live with my dad and transition out of the school and all that stuff like that. So basketball was the reason why we wanted to stay and keep the same things going on.
Staying together required sacrifice too, as exemplified by Kevin Carter, the oldest brother, who left his basketball team to take a job in support of his younger siblings.
He gave up his college playing basketball dreams just to take care of us. He ended up playing at a small school, but he could have been big time somewhere as well. So, I mean, it was hard for me seeing stuff like that.
Their big brother's gesture ultimately allowed Josh and middle brother Warren to excel at university and become pros in Europe. The year after Josh debuted in Euroleague with Oldenburg in 2009, he and Warren found themselves playing in Israel against each other.
That was interesting. I didn't like it at all because usually I'm his biggest fan, and then all of a sudden you're playing against your older brother, and it was an awkward feeling for me, but it was fun.
Whenever the Carter brothers meet up, the conversation inevitably turns to how far they have managed to come despite their tough teenage years.
I had a game against Panathinaikos when he played in Greece, and he came to watch me play and took me to dinner. We were just talking about, could you imagine back then that we would end up in Greece having dinner together? And then we ended up in Israel, and we said the same thing. So it's crazy that with all we went through, we're succeeding in having dinner on the other side of the world and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool.
Carter firmly believes that his tough experiences while growing up have helped him to adapt to new environments and challenges as an adult.
It played a huge role in how I am today. I got used to being alone at a young age, so it just made transitioning into a man easier. I'm used to taking care of myself. I think it made me a lot stronger as a person.
Carter's mother is thriving too, living and working as a store manager back home in Dallas, and proudly following from afar the accomplishments of her sons, the youngest of whom dreams of bringing her to Europe to see him play someday.
I want to fly my mom out here to watch, but I don't want her to travel alone. She's only flown on a plane once to Chicago, so her experience in the airport isn't very great, so I'm afraid, like, if there's a gate change or something, a time change, she's just gonna be lost. So I want her to travel with someone that's experienced, so I know she'll be okay. I kind of worry about my mom a lot, so I want her to be all right.